Imam Yahya declares his independence. Official leader of the central Yemen since his successful revolt against our rule in the 1910s, Imam Yahya has always been an ambitious man who set his sights on southern Yemen and Azir as the natural routes of expansion for his Yemeni fief. Although he stayed loyal to the port during the Weltkrieg, tempted by possible enrichment if they were victorious, it seems here now he believes the wind has turned against them as he has refused to answer the call to arms sent out by the Sultan Caliph. With the Arab coalition gaining strength, the loss of Aden is yet another blow to the sublime port. So, shall we punish him for his actions? Or give him independence? How are we going to answer this? Blatant treason! It's going to be interesting how this affects the internal politics. We believed in decentralization. Maybe we were wrong. Alright, get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Shall we give them their independence? Or shall we punish him for his actions? Jack the Ripper coming in with a 23-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the ongoing support there, Jack. Really appreciate that. One more month, yeah. You are so close to earning those orange wings, so thank you very much for that. And yeah, I saw that, Poet. I misread it. You use 5,000 manpower to build the forts, and when the forts are done, they're returned to you. We sank their convoys, not ours. Harpoon George wants me to drink some tea. And Tamaka Mars wants me to drink some tea. Alright, so the outcome. Granting them independence was completely utterly thwarted with 19%, with 81% of you agreeing that we should definitely punish him for his actions. Unfortunately, that now means that we're in an offensive war, which drops our stability. No, drops our war support? Oh, only just, though. So, actually, if we want to conclude a war quickly, it's kind of Yemen. Well, unfortunately for Yemen, I do actually have some troops in a position to do that. I'll say go as soon as you see an opportunity. Interlindia declared war on the Dutch East Indies. Everything's kicking off. You know what? One of you. Go and hold on to that port if you could. That would be nice. And you know what? You guys are actually going to be useful. Go and knock out the Syrians. And no, don't go as soon as you arrive. I will drop a staff office plan when he gets into those positions. Flying under the cover of darkness, 20 Baffins successfully bombed the Ottoman fleet in the bases in Beirut. Taken by complete surprise, as Turkish military command did not expect the Egyptian army to possess naval bombers, the damage was severe. Nonetheless, losses were heavy on the Egyptian side as the anti-air emplacement shot down 8 planes before they could drop their torpedoes, with a further 7 failing to withdraw. As the morning sun rose over the harbour, the gravity of the raid started to sink in. The former flagship of the Ottoman Navy and pride of the Weltkrieg, the Yavuz Sultan Selim, received 2 direct hits and, coupled with the damage endured during the last war, was not able to remain afloat. The Sultan Murat and the Sultan Osman I also received heavy blows, knocking them out of the action for at least 6 months. The attack, which may be deemed a certain failure, had instead become a colossal victory for the Egyptians, causing great consternation from the Greek government and sending shockwaves as far as Cyprus. Whoa! 2 destroyers, a battleship, and 2 dreadnoughts were knocked out. Well, 2 destroyers and a battleship were sunk, and then 2 dreadnoughts knocked out. We will avenge our fallen brothers! But the submarine's already sinking stuff. So the naval blockade, at least of the northern bit, is in place. And they're actually removed from my navy for the time being. Okay. Oh, you're probably... automatic reinforcement turned on. Let's turn that off. Alright. South Africa declared war on Rhodesia. Republic of South Africa declared war on Natal. It is now January, and Arabia still has not joined. So I'm going to reposition you lot to go and take out Syria, I guess. Start of the Third Boer War. Resentment between the Dutch and the British colonists in South Africa has been brewing under the surface ever since the end of the Second Boer War, with the former mostly pursuing South Africa's divorce from the British Empire, while the latter seeks to keep us close as possible. Renewed conflict was perhaps unavoidable from the start. Leveraging their majority amongst the electorate, the Afrikaners have declared South Africa an independent republic under the leadership of Dr. D.F. Malan. The English-speaking provinces of southern Rhodesia and Natal soon declared their loyalty to the Empire and succession from the Republic. As the battle lines are being drawn, an entente appears increasingly likely. Can the British finally pacify South Africa permanently, or will the Boers recover their freedom and independence that they gave up in 1902? British politician and former Lord of the Admiralty, Winston Churchill, has published a new book, part of an emerging genre known as alternate history, and concerning the Great War. The story takes the perspective of a young British soldier returning from a victorious Gallipoli campaign amid a world radically different from our own. In this timeline, Theodore Roosevelt and his Bull Moose Party wins the 1912 presidential elections, leading to an American entry into the Weltkrieg and an Entente victory. A defeated and partially occupied Germany is gripped by constant economic and political crises, witnesses the defeat of the Whites in the Russian Civil War, and is cooed by a bitter and extremely nationalist Adam Dressler. He leads the German Workers' Party to follow the ideology of People's Socialism, an extreme version of national populism. The novel ends with the beginning of a three-sided war between Dressler's New Reich, the Western Entente, led by a dominant British Empire, and a Soviet Russia, led by Sergei Kirov. The book has divided critics, with some praising its attention to detail, while others criticize it for large flaws in historical logic. Churchill has commented that something like this could have happened in another universe. What a childish fantasy. How do you become the Ottoman Federation? You get rid of Ataturk. Now watch as these guys declare war. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Okay, so I'm going to say that you have now got to go, and you have now got to go. Southern Rhodesia has joined the Entente. Oh, you actually gained a bunch of planning preparation. Oh no, that's the different team. That's you guys. That's fine. Passive sonar. I think I'm still going to grab oh no, that's way ahead of time. Oh, I actually quite like that being a 1940. It's a good change. Let's grab you. And then probably the smoke. We are catching their convoys. Russia declared war on the Islamic Federation of Turkestan. You need to send in some reinforcements over there. Yemen's been called in. I thought they were already in. These guys were fighting. I saw it. Canada declared war on the CSA. Canada has intervened directly. Italy declared war on Italy. There goes Damascus. So Syria is going to fall very, very soon. Which is part one of my problems dealt with. Probably. Interwar artillery. And it is now 1939, so let's get some more construction going. Formation of the Eretz Israel Defense Forces. With their settlements under attack and the entire future of the Zionist project in jeopardy, various Jewish groups have taken it upon themselves to form a militia army and ward off the Arab offensives. Heavily outnumbered, outgunned, and with even the most die-hard Zionists questioning their odds, one of the main leaders, David Ben-Gurion, has approached the Ottoman army in Syria with an offer of cooperation. Although the Ottoman army would normally automatically refuse their offer for support, fearing that it would cause great unrest amongst the Muslim foot soldiers, the ever-escalating crisis in Syria has made the Ottoman High Command seriously consider their position. Besides Ottoman doubts about the possible risks involved in cooperating with the Zionists, it furthermore remains unclear what power Ben-Gurion really has over his forces, with extremist organisations such as Irgun unlikely to ever compromise with the Ottoman authorities. So we can say that this is one struggle. We gain a bunch of Palestinian guns. A new militia and new cavalry unit are recruited and given to us. However, unrest quite significantly goes up. Or we say no. I'm personally thinking no, because we're actually about to take out Syria. And then at that point, Jerusalem can be restored. And actually our Sinai forces are holding for the time being. Our northern forces are breaking through here in Syria. Oh, Naj's finally declared war. Okay. That changes things slightly, finally. Alright. So what do we think? Let's set up that poll. So now that, you know, Saudi has finally thrown in their lot against us, maybe... Alright, there is the poll. And vote. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. This is close. Get your votes in. Every vote will matter here. And I'm not just saying that this time. Tholius, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, and Smokecats, thank you also for the bits. Kill him. Not sure who the him was. That was 10 minutes ago. Sorry about that. Missed it. Hi, chat from Turkey. Hello to you in Turkey. Think you have enough time to beat Syria and attack the Saudis? I kind of suspect you're right. Bloody hell, that was a close vote. So, Poet contributed 26,000 channel points. That is one heck of an investment. Blimey. 49% to 51%. One struggle lost with 49%, meaning we are going to say we do not need their assistance. I'm curious, who did you vote for? Man, that's a lot of channel points. 60,000 on one side and 57,000 on the other. Wouldn't quite have been enough if the channel point investment had been the same. Do not need assistance would have won by 1 vote. As it was, they won by 4. 3,000 difference. Still wins by 1. There, Vuin, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I demand to watch the poll counting. Well, let's try and save Syria, and then try and save Yemen. Although I think one of you is going to need to hold on to Jeddah, just so that we can keep supplies coming in. Unless we can take Sana. I think we probably can. And there we go. The 00 Osman has been established. We are immediately going to start getting anti-partisan. And then we need to wait 29 days before we can get our first spies. And we can basically assign them to Syria and stop more Syrians rising up. That's my plan anyway. Natal has capitulated. We really need to get supplies going through to you lot as soon as possible. So let's go down the coast like this. Formation of the military cliques. The monopoly on power held by the Turkish officers has been broken, and with the concessions to the provincial assemblies to determine affairs of the army, there has been an acute increase in the formation of politico-military cliques, consisting of officers or their family members in regions with stricter regulation and enforcement. These cliques have been working themselves towards a monopoly on power and establishing as a local strongman in a system which some have been starting to refer to as eerily similar to that of China. The most prominent of these cliques is one centered around Iraqi Musa Yassin al-Hamini, who has exploited the growing pains of the new system to place friends and family in a variety of positions within the Iraqi assemblies, thus securing not just the army, but also key positions regarding oil, agricultural and tribal settlement. Whilst a similar monopoly on power has thus far not occurred in Greater Syria, escalating events in Damascus are nonetheless causing great concern for Constantinople. So we can say we need a clear separation of mandates, or we should not interfere in the local affairs. So just how far are we going to take the decentralization? Especially if others are starting to consolidate their positions. But then again, they might be able to mobilize soldiers and resources locally at a better rate than we can. Okay, so clear separation is the first choice, clear separation of mandates, and then no interfere in local is the do not interfere in local affairs. And vote! Get your votes in! Vote, vote, vote. Excuse me, can I speak to the polls manager? So, get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Are we going to clearly separate, or are we going to go, whatever, do your own thing? It's fine. What's that flashing? I don't know. Oh, because we're over the supported division limit if we deploy those guys. Interesting. Because we've been losing territory. Our maximum army size is dependent on how many states we own. Huh. Oops. Keep losing the poll screen. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay, the results are in. And 80% of you are saying that we need a clear separation of the mandate. So Mosul, Baghdad, Basra and Kirkuk are going to get more angry. Plus we lose 30 deputies from the Arab nationalists. How is that affecting us? Turkish nationalists are still mostly against us. Arab nationalists are still actually pretty in our favour. I'm a little bit disappointed considering how, positive the Arab nationalists were towards us, just how many problems we're having here. Although I guess they could have been even worse. So there is that. And we are now below the minimum required. So by October we need to have increased that again. Anatolian Road Programme. Ankara, Konya, Sivas, Erzurum, Trebizond and Kastamonu gain infrastructure. Or, and actually I kind of like this idea a bit more now. Restructure that, standardize military equipment and then get the armoured project. Get some tanks going. Let's do that. The Erkan-i Habiye Mektebi, or the Ottoman Military College, serves as the crowning achievement in the education of officers of the army and is destined to give ample preparation to the best students who have climbed the ranks of our system. Nonetheless, the college is in dire need of restructuring as the curricula has seen little change since the Weltkrieg and in regards to combined arms, severely lacking. Yes, combined arms, infantry and camels. That's what they mean by combined arms. I think. Probably. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, 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 no. You lot stay there. You lot stay there. Alright, so far no attacks towards Mecca and Medina. That's good. currently Syria's capital is Jerusalem. Jerusalem's not their core, is it? Oh, it is. That's annoying. Fortunately, these guys are going to die before these guys. Unless I support you with them. Need to get reinforcement. I need to get supply through to this. Now. I thought I told you to move! Hold that position. Muscati exile leader offers service. After a long and hazardous journey through the enemy-held territory in several neutral states, Halil ibn Mustafa has finally arrived in the capital following a short period of recovery. He has offered his services. Fight is not over yet. Muscat? Oh, yeah. Muscat's gone. There we go. Supplies are flowing once more. Get that airbase back again, please. And we did get a massive surround there. That's awesome. Ah. New war participant, Sultanate of Egypt, is called in Syria. Okay. I guess. Muscat is now Muscat. Armenia has gone. Great news. Take it all. Sorry, Armenia. You did kind of invite that on yourselves, though, especially as I've been backing you. An island alone. The island of Adakale is an oddity in that it remained an enclave of the Ottoman Empire long after it pushed away from the Danube frontier. An oddity that seemingly got undone after the Austrian occupation of the island, but de jure it was legally a domain of the Sultan. However, with the outbreak of hostilities in the Middle East and the Ottomans being preoccupied with the conflict there and the Austrians' withdrawal of troops post-Black Monday, the island stood alone, an Ottoman possession in the middle of the Danube, a relic of ages past, a relic which Romania saw as far more useful in their hands than outside them. Rapidly establishing control over the small islet, Romanian authorities proclaim the island officially part of Romania. However, that the local populace's rights shall be respected remains to be seen how the Ottoman authorities will react to this transgression. Damn you! That's my summer retreat. Or winter retreat, I don't know. When would that be nicer? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to position you lot on this front now. Let's cancel all your current orders. And have you also preparing an assault to there. And then that will hopefully be enough to maintain control over that. Meanwhile, we're going to go and finish off Syria. And then Saudi. Saudi! Syria has capitulated. You and you assigned to that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you lot assigned to this. Push down to there. And I mean, if you want to go across country, sure. I'm not going to stop you. They've seen the weakness. Damn it. You guys are completely surrounded, bugger. You should still be able to recover organization. In fact, they're splitting up. Declaration of the Socialist Republic of Argentina. The forces of Frente Obrero Patagónico have triumphed decisively over Carles's Argentina and seized the capital of Buenos Aires. With this victory, the Socialists have openly proclaimed the creation of a true Socialist Republic in Argentina and the start of a new age of socialism in South America. Yeah, we probably should build a port here. Yeah. Top priority with all three of our factories. Alright, we've gained another military factory. What are we short on? Probably guns. No, actually support equipment. Okay then. Alright, now I'm thinking we probably do want to import some steel. Some more steel. Although that's using up another factory. So be it. Oh, you have no orders. You go and join them. No, them. Keeping an eye on you, because the last thing I want is for my Iranian front to start dying. Okay, it looks like the Egyptian front has now been stabilized, which is good. There's the anti-partisans. We can also recruit somebody, an infiltrator linguist. Grabbed. And then I want you to root out resistance. Here, I guess. How are we doing for the occupations? Yeah, okay, Syria definitely needs the help at this point. As we managed to capitulate them. And are we still working on this? No, we're not. Let's get the other anti-partisan. Japan declared war on the Philippines. Let's go and open up a little bit more of a supply route here, because then if we get pushed back, it's not the end of the world. It's mostly if we lose that, then these guys are cut off. Well, we still have Basra, but it probably is cut off because supplies. Ships. Speaking of ships, no, not there. There. And I'm going to go ahead and make you a 10, and that will be fine because they'll be automatically added. There we go. Let's go and kill... No, don't kill them. Right, new national focus. Standardize that military equipment, please. Although I'd also quite like the military factories, I must admit. Although the Ottoman army is undoubtedly the best equipped force in the entire Middle East, there is nonetheless a massive issue with regards to the standardization of many rifles, artillery pieces and other tools coming in from a wide array of manufacturers. Why was that so hard to say? Wide array of manufacturers. This diversity has led to a significant strain of our supply lines, further complicated by the unreliability of many of the former owners engulfed by socialist strife. Didn't think there is socialism, Kaiserreich. No, there is socialism. Koji, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. Alright, onwards. Looks like my desert units are doing actually quite well over here. Might need to expand you out a little bit more. Japan declared war on Transmur. We gained some more weapon tech. It is now 39. That is going to mean upgraded artillery. Upgraded air force? Is that 39? Is that a 40? That's a 40. Oh, industry also is the other thing. And the Iranian attack has failed, with the possible exception of you, but you'll just be pushed back into more mountains. That's fine. Meanwhile, Egypt continues to try and push across. We've lost 13,000, they've lost 105,000. Ouch! Not quite going to plan, is it? No, sir. No, sir. I probably will lose the Mountaineers, though. I don't really see a way that I can save them. Too far away. I should have moved somebody back to hold on to Jeddah. That's on me.